You think you're changing. That's the most dangerous part. Because if you knew you weren't, this would be easier to fix. But you don't see it clearly. You feel like you're improving. You feel like you're working on yourself. You feel like something is happening, but nothing actually is. And deep down, there's a small voice that knows that. You just don't stay quiet long enough to hear it. So you keep moving. Not forward, just moving. You watch videos, you think deeply, you analyze your life, you understand your problems. You've become very good at understanding, but understanding isn't changing. And that's where the lie begins. Because knowledge feels like progress. It gives you the same emotional satisfaction without requiring any real transformation. You feel productive. You feel aware. You feel like you're getting somewhere. But your life stays the same. Same habits, same patterns, same outcomes. And instead of questioning it, you explain it. I'm still figuring things out. I'm in a phase right now. I just need more time. It sounds reasonable. That's why it works. But it's still a lie. Not a loud one, a quiet one. The kind you tell yourself just enough to stay comfortable. Because real change is uncomfortable. It's messy. It's inconsistent. It's frustrating, and most importantly, it's visible. If you were actually changing, your life would look different. Not perfect, but different. And it doesn't. That's the part you avoid. You focus on internal progress because external reality is harder to fake. You can convince yourself you're thinking better, but you can't hide results. And your results haven't changed much. That creates tension. So what do? You create a new version of the story. You shift the timeline. Things take time. You redefine progress. Growth isn't linear. You lower the standard. Small steps matter. All of it sounds true. And sometimes it is. But in your case, it's being used as protection. Protection from reality. Because if you faced it directly, you'd have to admit something uncomfortable. You're not changing. You're just getting better at explaining why you haven't. And that's a different skill. A dangerous one. Because now, you don't feel stuck. You feel in process. And in process has no deadline, no urgency, no pressure. It allows you to stay exactly where you are without feeling like you're failing. That's the trap. You replaced failure with illusion, and illusions are comfortable. They don't demand anything from you. They don't expose you. They just sit there, making you feel okay about not moving. But something is still happening. Time. Time doesn't care what story you tell yourself. It doesn't slow down because you're working on yourself. It moves every day. And every day you stay the same. You're not neutral. You're reinforcing your current identity. You're becoming more of who you already are, not who you think you're becoming. That version only exists in your head. And the longer it stays there, the more painful it becomes. Because you start comparing the person you imagine versus the person you are. And the gap grows. Not slowly, noticeably. You feel it in random moments. When you see someone doing what you said you'd do. When you realize another week passed and nothing changed. When you think about your future and it feels uncertain. Not because it's unknown, because it's predictable. That's what scares you. Not failure, repetition. The idea that this exact version of your life could continue unchanged for years. And the truth is, it can, very easily, because nothing is forcing you to change. You've removed all pressure, all urgency, all consequences, through explanation, through understanding, through self-awareness that never turns into action. And now, you're comfortable, not happy, but comfortable enough to stay. And that's more dangerous than being lost. Because when you're lost, you look for direction. When you're comfortable, you stay still. Even if staying still is slowly destroying you. That's where you are. Not broken, not confused, just paused. But calling it paused makes it sound temporary, and it's not, because you're not waiting, you're repeating the same thoughts, the same patterns, the same excuses, just with slightly better language. And that's the hardest truth to accept. You're not evolving, you're refining your ability to stay the same. Making it sound smarter, feel deeper, look intentional. But underneath all of that, nothing is changing. And the longer that continues, the harder it becomes to break. Because now, it's not just your behavior, it's your identity. You've become someone who talks about change without actually changing. And once that identity locks in, everything else follows. Your decisions, your habits, your expectations, all aligned with staying exactly where you are. So even when you feel motivated, it doesn't last, because it's not supported by who you believe you are. And identity always wins. That's why you keep restarting, why you keep saying, this time is different. And deep down, knowing it probably isn't. Because nothing fundamentally changed, just your emotions. And emotions don't build anything. Consistency does. But consistency requires honesty. And honesty requires confrontation. And confrontation is exactly what you've been avoiding. So you stay here, in this strange place where you feel aware, but not active, smart, but not effective, ready, but not moving. And the scariest part, you can stay here forever. There's no alarm, no deadline, no external force coming to fix it. Just you. In the story you keep telling yourself. So the question isn't, why aren't you changing? You already know the answer. The real question is, how long are you going to keep believing that you are? Because the longer you believe it, the longer nothing actually happens. And at some point, that becomes your life. Not the one you imagined, the one you quietly accepted without ever admitting it.